G'day guys, I hope you enjoy this video. I'm filming it on my Panasonic Lumix, which I'm not saying the best camera in the world for this, but it is for holidays. Now, in life, sometimes it takes time to appreciate, even with something so familiar, the details. Sometimes we don't take the time out to study the details in themselves because overall, they combine together to make something very beautiful. Now, everyone's different. Styling's now become a thing in a recent tone, surprisingly, in my videos, because really, you know, the models all look similar over the years, and you know, I had the one before, and what's the big deal? And I have noticed this front end though, this thing at the front, this thing they've done here, but overall, again, it's been done absolutely beautifully. Okay. Now, some people laugh at these cars. I don't know who they are, or what's wrong with them, but you know, some take it for what it is. Others appreciate it a little. To some, it would just be a daily driver. I mean, they change over. Next one will be a RS3, you know, STi. One before maybe would be a 335i, etc., etc. And some know more, and others even more. So over here you've got the wings of Subaru on the grille there. Okay, they are featured in most of the models, I'm sure, and that's the aviation background of Subaru. And the colour of this, my favourite thing in the whole world is a Japanese cherry blossom, and this is the changing colours throughout some of the years as you see the different pink and red. In life, there's many things that are beautiful on the outside, okay, even if they're dirty. Okay. And I mentioned sacred geometry. You guys can look into that term of sacred geometry, of buildings that are just look amazing and stuff. And in life, sometimes with all its flaws, okay, and all its changes, okay, and you know, as people improve themselves, they change. The number one comment I've had about this car, and if I've mentioned it, I had a Thai chef from Thai Street Food, the best Thai ever, at great prices, and they just run it over. I should have got some before and put it on, and you get the coconut water. Thai Street Food in Fitzroy Street, Surrey Hills. You know, there's two brothers in life, the funny one and the serious one. The funny one came here and was thrusting at the front of the car and saying, "Man, this is a sex machine." Now, ever since he said that, should I do it? No, I won't. Ever since he said that, this car to me has become a very sexy car. And I always think people look at it because they know the STi. No. Okay, I was correct. This garners a lot of attention. Do not get the WR blue if you want to melt away into the background. Get a Mazda 3 in black with leather and a sunroof. No one will even see it. But in life, when something or someone is beautiful on the outside and beautiful on the inside, it just can become perfect. And once again, it's not something you can see. It's all in its entirety, individually. The little details, which they're everywhere, and like the little spot on the seat there. Okay, but you know, I never saw that till the other day. Hey. And, you know, with flaws. Like there's a stitch, I don't know if I can get it on camera, a couple of crooked stitches over there. But in life, when things are beautiful on the outside and on the inside, it's quite amazing, isn't it? And all the flaws seem to go away. You know, things maybe that we didn't like, or colours that we didn't like, or stuff like that, sort of fade away, and we become in love or in lust or whatever it is. Now, normally it happens right away. Okay, the beauty with Subaru, and I believe this is for many, many people. Many people in cities around the world that choose Subaru over other cars like the new XV or the Levorg. I mean, that thing looks hideous at times, doesn't it? But, you know, when I'm in an AMG A45 A-Class with 280 kilowatts, it does 4 seconds to 100 every day, all day. And there's this thing from the Hyundai i20 in the middle with 3 round vents or something. I'm appalled. I'm absolutely appalled. So sometimes in life people try too hard, and car makers as well can try too hard and lose their way, and we all lose our way, and that's all right. You'll notice the recent rhetoric is that I would move to an Audi RS3. Okay, so you think I'll take the dog bed out for the video, but I'm not that good yet. But you can see someone's getting some time on their hands. Historical day. I mean, the last clutch I'll ever do here, the last service I ever did here was a Mitsubishi Colt of Georgia. Absolutely amazing person, lovely lady. And her father was the last car that tried to kill me at this location, and that was a Saab. Okay. So in life, you know, it's amazing. You know, you cannot appreciate the details of a person here sometimes, and you might not see them for a long time, or someone that's betrayed you, or when you forgive people, suddenly you begin to see different things that you've never seen before, and they become more beautiful. Okay, so that's what this video is about. And I never thought I could look at the rear end in such a way, but I've said it here for years. 25, 30 years ago I was detailing cars here, even when I was 12, whatever. I don't do that much anymore. I've got everything to do it, but it's impossible. But do you like that? Sorry, I have to show you. Okay, so we're going to pay $1.39 for the Carlo Entree G soon, but it's a brilliant application, and it's just a lovely nicety I think everyone's going to do. Okay, wouldn't that be good if I was a huge YouTuber? I'd say, hey, 10 guys, I'll send you it all set up. Okay, that was $79. It's Lenovo, but maybe one day, subscribe maybe. I've never said subscribe, never ever said it, and I just think it's so artificial. Subscribe, push here, click here, redirect. It's just so fake, but I guess it's essential to some to be fake. So this application is great. This application is great. Now I'll shut the car off. I've digressed. Yeah, in this condition, in this position, and I am on a Panasonic Lumix on Impressive Art. I don't know how this is going to come out. It will 99% be likely posted with all its flaws. But in this position in the workshop, everything looks stunning, okay? Every car has its own personality and has its own... People put energy into the car, and much of it in some like this. This is a bloodline. This is a dinosaur, and that's going to be the best thing about it now. This car is extremely desirable. Extremely desirable. Okay, and as it runs in, and now it's beginning to increase its power on me again. It's increasing its power. It's getting more powerful. And I'm not going to say anything harsh about it ever again, because then I'm putting my negative energy into the car, because this car is now showing all of its personalities in its brilliance as the vehicle in motion, confidence in motion, with all when the energy is flowing of the drivetrain and the symmetry and the perfection Subaru have put into this vehicle. Whether it's the Type R gearbox blowing up, the styling, the way you can wipe speed off and still not appreciate it and bitch about a woody pedal, to the steering being dead and heavy, and yet then at speed, it's like you're in a fighter jet. It's like a fighter jet. And I love the weight. I love it. I mean, if it had 300 kilowatts and was 1.8 tons, so much the better. I mean, I'm not asking for a Continental R Bentley, okay? So make it a 2.4, bring it up to the Liberty size, or just under the Liberty, which is just a bit bigger than this. And this vehicle will be desirable to many people. In this position here, I'm not saying it's no Camry, okay? But when I get in it and the space inside and the way everything does what it should, how it's supposed to do it, not as much as a Honda does, by the way. It's because it's so complex, okay? Some of us love complexity in life, okay? And in some people's lives, if they see the word STI and C-diff at the same time, okay, if they see those words together, it'll send the nurses running, wouldn't it? Wherever it is. Okay, someone's got a filming course to do. I was telling a mate this morning, actually, something I've never ever told anyone. Oh, I mean, I might have mentioned that, you know, when I saw a movie when I was young, I think it was The Sound of Music. Yeah, it was. And they're panning in over the Alps, and Julie Andrews is on the grass. At the end, I remember seeing Panasonic M7 Panavision, right? And I said, Panasonic. It was all made in Japan back then. All of it. Actually, I'm on a Panasonic now. That's right. So, in life, are there any coincidences? So, I bought this camera years ago, but back to the point here. I wanted to become a filmmaker. And I wanted the Panasonic M7. At the time, that was the camera. That was probably $700 when I was 9 years old or whatever, or 8 years old or whatever it was. And I'd fantasize and look at that, obviously not on the internet, but I don't know how or where. But I saw the Panasonic M7, obviously, as I got a bit older. I wanted to become a movie maker, but then I just started here automatically in the bloodline, and that was it. So, you know, with cameras, you can capture things for how they are, but very rarely, unless you can put some filters on like now, can you actually capture the beauty. And you're not seeing an altered image. You're seeing exactly what I'm seeing. Okay, that's how the light's playing on the blue. The bonnet is just slightly, where's my finger? Here. Okay. There, that's hilarious, because in real life, I'm pointing to the wipers. Okay, but see this area of the bonnet here? There. It's just about 20% lighter than that. It's still dark. It still looks pitch black to me. Just there. Okay, but I can see more blue here. So rest assured, I'm confident in what I do now. I'm building confidence. But at the end of the day, I know that with some people, you want to see it for what it is, and I'm one of them. I've never seen anything with a filter on it. But let's appreciate the beauty for what it is. This video was supposed to come from an outdoor location where I did the same impressive art feature at a place where I was talking about the snakes and the wing. It's called WRX STi Wow Wow Wow, I think. It's maybe annoying. I don't know if I'm going wow, wow, like an idiot, but whatever. But yeah, so someone said back then, impressive, you know, it's not fair. If you're looking at the car to buy brand new, you don't want to see shadows impressed on the image. But that's exactly what I'm seeing right now. And note, I deliberately aborted the car wash yesterday, okay, knowing very well I was going to make a video about styling, sort of going into the styling as I've been touching on it more and more and more. So this car is not clean, it's not shiny, okay, and it could be, okay, it could be, where are we here? You could see here, more swirl marks. But that's what the video is. Absolutely stunning. I'm now going to lift the door to the workshop, which I'm leaving quite gladly now. Let's have a look at it now. Okay, so now the filters are in full effect, as it looks like a Hyper Blue STi, which will probably come out soon.